What up, my guys? Welcome to another show. Monday, NBA Talk with Jay, man. We here with our guy, Michael Fiddle, as well, man. It is 11/11, November 11th. Lucky day, man. We got a nice play on the card. Let's try to get this cash, man. Got to get on the streak, man. That Friday, just being transparent, like Friday was fucking horrible. Oh, it's probably wasn't one of my worst betting days ever, but it was up there, man. Absolutely horrible day. Just kind of sit me into a little bit depression, Fiddle. Like I was just like, this is bad. I had some good reads. Tatum, one rebound away from double double. Just some bad spots by me, man. I got to be better. I'll own it. You know what I'm saying? But the bounce back is fucking coming, Fiddle. I'm telling you that right now. What's up with you, my guy? Everything cool with you?
I feel the exact same way. Yesterday in the NFL was a bunch of brutal losses that all should have covered, and just one after the other after the other. And I'm watching all the games thinking, like, at least the next game starts to look good and I'll be in a good place. At least my next ticket, which is, a unit and a half, that's good. That's going to cover this loss that just went against me. Nope, they all went against me. Day after day, game after game. It was just it's been a rough weekend. It's probably been like about 10 days where like I've been slow and it's not really, I agree with you. It's a process first thing. Like I'm so numbers based. So I think I've been getting good numbers, but the results haven't panned out. And this is a marathon, not a sprint. I know some people think it's a get rich quick scheme. It is not when you do this at a professional level. There are lulls, there are highs, but hopefully more highs than lows.
That's a fact. Yeah, definitely been some lows, but people that follow my channel for whatever reason, it's been a struggle for me coming out of the gate, and then we kind of start to hit our stride there. But for whatever reason, I was trying to break that pattern this year. It didn't fucking happen, but whatever. Enough of the negative stuff, man. We're winning today. I love the spot today on the card. It makes a ton of sense as well. So let's talk about it. We have 5 games. We have some spots that look easy. We'll talk about those as well, man. So let's go through these 5 games. We're not here to waste your time. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that also understands that this is a long grind as well. Like you said, Fiddle. I know they're like gonna lose a lot of followers and subscribers, stuff like that. Early season, people just like, oh, these guys are fucking losers. But you know what? Once they leave, that's when I'll start back winning. You know what I'm saying? Once that bad energy.
We don't want them anyways.
That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. The real one's still here. Let's get this fucking cash saved. Let's go over here to the streets of Houston. This one. We got the Rockets laying 13.5 points at the house versus the Wizards. I can't touch the Wizards with a 10-foot pole. This is the worst team in the NBA. Now, both teams here, I believe, coming off a back-to-back. I know the Rockets coming off that back-to-back up there in Detroit, but like I said, man, I really want no parts to do with the Wizards. They're coming off a 27-point loss versus the Orlando Magic. This is not a real basketball team. They actually kept it really close with them in the first half. Got smoked in the second half, man. Got outscored by 22 points in the second half. I want no parts to do with the Wizards, like ever. Like I say, bad spot for, in my opinion, to be laying 13.5 with the Rockets. But like I say, this is the Wizards here, man. I probably won't have another bet on the Wizards all season, Fiddle, unless they're getting double digits versus a team that's like 5th game in 7 nights or something like that, coming off a double OT, something like that. But I just can't trust the Wizards, Fiddle. Anything on this game, my brother?
No, the only thing is that Kuzma and Brogdon, who have been out, were recently changed to game time decisions. I know Kuzma was doing some warm-ups against like before the game versus Orlando yesterday. So I actually think Kuzma and Brogdon might be back tonight. So that's why we're seeing some 13.5 start to move to 13. We're also seeing some things in the total, like it was 227 starting to move back up to 228. So both of these teams on the second leg of a back-to-back, both of them having it be a travel spot within their back-to-back because Houston's the home team. They played in Detroit yesterday, and it a nail biter down to the wire. So tough schedule spot. I heavily lean Rockets because the Wizards suck, and the Rockets are very, very good. They're like net rating. They're plus minus per 100 possessions. They're like top 5 in the league in some advanced metrics. So I like the Rockets, but I'm definitely not betting this game.
Yeah, my guys say put them glasses. I gotta find those glasses, man. I don't know where I'm packing stuff up right now, man. I gotta find those green glasses though. Those glasses were the vibe. Fiddle, I look like a minion. My daughter has these little doctor glasses, and when I put them on, they're like some minion glasses, man. Shit was crazy. You see what I'm saying? But but I don't have anything on this game. I'm sorry. No props. Nothing. sometimes you have to go process of elimination. In this game, I want no parts of. I'd rather dig deep into some other game. I'm sure there's great props to look at in this game, but Wizards, you never know what you're going to get. This 13.5 is kind of a ton of points to be laying here with both teams on the back-to-back. Rockets coming in further from Detroit as well, man. So I'm sorry, guys. This is a game that I might watch it just to try to learn some shit, but this Wizards team is ass, man. I'd like to try and get there with Sar some, but like the way that they do their minutes with him and Valanciunas, you can't really get any, like Sar's not even getting enough playing time to even go out there. He's not trying to grab boards. Some of these guys are too damn big to be playing this soft, man. Like the Fiddle, WNBA plays harder than these guys, man. I don't understand it, man. But Rockets have owned this team 8-2 straight up the last 10 games as well. 7-3 against the spread last 10 versus the Wizards. So they've absolutely owned this team. Last few times beat them by 23, 26. And then those the both matchups last year, man. Smacked them up. No parts to do with this game. Rockets or nothing. What do you think about the over, Fiddle? Any thoughts?
No, I actually was on the under originally, and then I dumped it. Like I just bet the other direction, just to simply remove the ticket, which I think, honestly, for a strategy point, it's good to talk about. Is you see a line moving against you, you see injury news like Kuzma and Brogdon potentially going the other way. If you bet a unit on an under and it starts to move against you, and you're like, shit, I no longer like this ticket, but the number's like starting to be the same, or you can get it at a different book. Just bet the other direction for a unit too. And what you're doing is you're accepting 0.1 of a unit as a loss to dump a bad ticket. So if you could do that in some of these spots, that's what I did. So eating some slight vig loss to get off of a gross spot.
Yeah, you basically buying out. We call it eating the juice. You look at Sar yesterday, he got 11 points. How are you 7 foot and you only get 3 rebounds? I don't understand it, bro. Like you look at guys like Josh Hart. These are shorter guys. It's all about mentality. It's all about wanting the ball. That's what I try to teach my son. It's just like the ball is like a cheeseburger out there. You have to be hungry. You have to want the ball. Like offense, defense, 50-50, all that. You can't be a 7-footer out there getting 3 rebounds. I'm sorry. It's absolutely I can't explain it, man. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio in this one. Spurs getting a point at the house versus the Kings in this one, Fiddle. I believe that you might even be able to get a 1.5 or 2. What do you think about this game?
I really like the under, Jay. I think this is a prime under spot. I know you're going to touch on Sacramento's travel and rest situation because it's brutal for them. I'll take the Malik Monk injury situation. He rolls his ankle pretty badly on Mason Plumlee's foot. He just steps on it awkwardly, immediately help to the locker room, ruled out for the game. Then you get on a plane after an overtime game with a lack of rest, and you go from Phoenix to San Antonio. That thing probably swelled up like a balloon. Monk is doubtful. That's a huge loss for their bench scoring. And then if you just look at their schedule, they need their depth today. I mean, you're going to break that down, but this is clear Spurs spot and really strong under spot. Anytime Chris Paul has the ball, he's walking the dog up the court so slow. He crosses the half court right as the 16 is happening. It's great for unders. So strong Spurs under.
I think this is something I'm starting to figure out here. This is mainly, I had to hit my guy Ronald up the other day. I wonder if he's in the chat, but I was telling him like the Hawks were in a 5th game and 7-night spot the other day, right? So they were they scored a bunch of points at first. They only had like a 15-point fourth quarter. So some of them starting to figure out when these teams it's a different way to go. When these teams are in these travel spots, if you like the under here, I feel like Kings team total under. So I think this is a Spurs spot. First off, if you think it's an under spot, I think everything lines up well for a Kings team total under spot, because what it is, teams usually run out of gas. Even if the first 3, this is exactly what the Hawks did. First 3, now they were going against the Bulls, trash ass defense, but first 3 quarters they were going crazy. It looked like they were going all the way over their team total. Then the fourth quarter, the tired legs sit in. You only get 15 points. So it could be a spot where you just take fourth quarter team total under, expecting that to be the spot where they'd run out of gas. And that one could be even better because it doesn't matter how many points they have before that. You see what I'm saying? So there could be something that's better live, but Even pregame, Kings team total under here. Like, we're expecting them to run out of gas. They were in Phoenix last night. First off, you lose an hour going from Mountain Time Zone to Central Time Zone as well. You're already getting in late. So I'm saying you're coming off a big emotional win versus a divisional opponent as well. This is the back-to-back third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights for the Kings. It goes back even further than that. This is their 7th game in 11 days. I know if people remember when I was talking about the other day when they were coming back home facing the Raptors, and I was like, could possibly a tight spot. They blew the Raptors out, but still, the Kings have had a ton of travel in these past couple weeks here, man. They were at home. They went to Utah, Atlanta, Toronto, Miami, back home versus Toronto and then LA, then back out on the road. You played the Suns in a really tight game, went to overtime. They don't have a lot of depth. Fiddle, you look at their bench. I'm not going to say they're trash, you know what I'm saying, but their bench is not good. They need Malik Monk out there. The Spurs are in a bounce back spot. They're at the house. They're checking on Pop. You see what I'm saying? They're coming off a horrible loss versus the Utah Jazz. Lost that game by 1 point at 6.5 point favorites. This is the 3rd straight home game for the Spurs. This is a bounce back spot. The Kings are probably the better team. Like, they have the better starting 5. You could argue that the Spurs have more depth. They have the rest advantage here as well. And I usually like to take Spurs first quarter, first half here, Fiddle. I do. But this is a spot where I feel like the full game is the top spot for the Spurs here. I think that they win this game going away. I like the Spurs here, plus the 1. You can get plus 1.5 or 2 as well. But I do like the Spurs in this spot, my guys. And this could be one where they cover the first half as well, because they do need to come out well. But I think that the Kings run out of gas in this one. There's a different ways that you can look at. You can take Kings 4th quarter team total under. You can take their full game team total under as well. If you're liking an under spot here, Spurs defense has been actually really underrated. This Spurs spot is really speaking to me, Fiddle. I like the Spurs. I bet the Spurs in this spot. Go Spurs, go. Do you have any thoughts on Kings team total under or possibly 4th quarter team total under?
Yeah, so I pulled those up as you were talking, Jay. The team total under for the Kings is 111.5, but it's minus 115. The 4th quarter under, like, what a pull from you to be like, go bet a team total 4th quarter under already in the market before. Like, those are honestly just spots that I never even looked towards. But I pulled up the odds. That's minus 140 to the under already at 26.5. So you are
sense, bro.
Bang on in noting that, because I'm sure it wasn't always at that spot. All of the San Antonio Spurs, while you were just going on your rant, the whole chat ran to go bet the Spurs, because all of the plus 1.5s and the 2s are gone. So now it's only plus 1 in the market, just got scooped up. But one is the third.
Did they just announced that Monk was doubtful or something?
Yeah, the shoot around stuff probably happening right around now. But listen, offshores already have this at a pick 'em. There's still probably room for this to go. The number 1 is pretty insignificant. The 13th most common outcome happens less than 4% of the time in NBA games. It's not even like, does the favorite win or the underdog win? Like, just the number 1 lands less than 4% of the time. So I still think you can bet into these things directionally and not really worry about, like, did you lose out on the value? Right. Spurs plus 1 is minus 110. I will check the best money line. The best money line is minus 104, and it's actually a perfect correlation, because that minus 110 on plus 1 versus a money line is worth 6 cents to have that plus 1. So the minus 104 or plus 1 at minus 110, those are equal bets, and I agree with the side.
Yeah, I got to get on a streak, man. I always go with my spots. Sometimes they don't really pan out. This is a spot that I'm going with, and I know it doesn't look as good, but I really think that this is a spot where the Kings really run out of gas, in my opinion. And them missing Monk just makes it – they could have Monk, Fiddle, and I'd still like the spot. Not having him off the bench is huge here. Starters played a ton of minutes last night. We need Wemby ass to go crazy. Stop shooting all these damn threes, bro.
Wait, Jay, real quick, I want to point this out. There is a plus 1.5 at MGM, but it's minus 120.
Oh, okay.
Minus 1. Don't do that. Just get the plus 1 on minus 110. Don't pay 10 cents for that point.
I would take the Spurs minus 1 here. Honestly, I'd take the Spurs minus 1. So I like the Spurs to win this game. My guy Ski says the ball was a cheeseburger. Zion would have 15 boards out there. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this been the Pelicans. I can't believe this thing
hilarious
is,
comment.
You know what I'm saying? Damn, I did put them. This lady in the chat, I did put Thursday. I'm tripping, bro, on the show, boy. I tripped out. Let me change that real quick. What am I on? Okay. I've got to change that after the show. But yeah, Monday. She says, I think it's a she. She says Monday or Thursday. I'm confused. We don't give a damn what day it is. It's about the picks. We on the Spurs today, and Fiddle likes the under this game, and I think it makes perfect sense to take Kings fourth quarter team total under 26.5 and their full game team total under. Let's go over here to
JJ. One more thing. Sorry for keep interrupting you.
Bro, we got
Wembanyama Defensive Player of the Year now that Chet is injured and out for 12 weeks, and Chet's going to be removed from that race because he's not going to qualify for games played. Wemby was minus 275 preseason when the odds dropped at BetMGM. That was the stupidest price ever. But now you could go back into that market and get Wemby minus 190 when the Spurs are one of the best defenses in the NBA, when he's come out and been amazing. And now his closest competition has been removed from the race. So Wemby minus 190 for Defensive Player of the Year. It's pricey, but it's still actually valuable.
If it's under minus 200, and I think it's like a really great chance to win, I'd still bet it. But that's also why I don't usually bet futures until like halfway through the season. I need to know that a motherfucker is winning that shit for sure.
Especially with the games clause. I haven't bet it yet either, but I think it's a strong look.
Yep. No, I'm with it, man. Let's get over here to this next game here, man. We have a team here. We have one team that's very injured. Like, I'm talking about probably have a whole starting five worth of people that are injured. You see what I'm saying? They do get Trey Murphy back. And I do have a nice look in this game. Brandon Ingram over his points. The Nets are 10-0 against the spread in the first half, Fiddle. 10-0.
Wow. That's a good
against the spread in the first half. These are just facts. You see what I'm saying? What do we think about this game? Do we think the Pelicans can buck that trend, or do we just ride the wheels fall off with the Nets in the first half?
I'm not opposed to a first half. The Nets are so well coached, but it's literally disgusting to me that the Brooklyn Nets 19.5 win total before the season are now road favorites. So I will not be doing that. I will be saving my money. I will not be watching the game because there's nobody that we care to see playing. So that's a nice little bathroom break spot in the middle of the card. All of the games actually happen at the same time. So that's
stupid. Why are you doing that? This is not the WNBA. I looked at that. I said, bro, why is
WNBA's got real scheduling issues themselves, putting their game 5, essentially game 7 of the NBA Finals, their game 5 of the WNBA Finals on a Sunday football.
This is the NBA. This is the NBA. You have 5 games going at the same time. All right,
split them up.
I'll be having the iPad. I'll have the phone. I'll have a couple of TVs going. You see what I'm saying? But this is a crazy game here because the Nets are 8-2 against the spread so far. And it's like the easy play here is the Nets. I have a funny feeling about this game. I do think this could possibly be a game where the Pelicans try to come out with something. In their last game, they did that as well versus the Magic. Then just got blown out the water. No, they were down 14 at the end of the first half. But at some point, it was a close game. I remember watching it after the first quarter. They tried to make a little run, but that was on the road. But they're at the house now. They do get Trey Murphy back. You still have Ingram as well. You see what I'm saying? This is a game that I think Ingram forces the issue. I think so. Like Ingram is really, Murphy's probably going to be on a minutes restriction anyway. This, like, you got Jose Alvarado is not a bad player. It's not a starting caliber player in this league. Ingram is the only starter they have left over there, Fiddle. I don't know what his points at now, but it was at 23.5, bro. I just feel like that was a little too. I think with him being the only guy out there, I know that you can focus in on him if you're the Nets, but who's guarding Ingram here? Like, who's guarding Brandon Ingram here? I think he goes for 30. Win or lose, I think Ingram goes for 30 points tonight. It's just he's the guy out there. He's going to be getting all the shots. The volume is going to be there for Brandon Ingram tonight. At 23.5 was a little crazy in my opinion. Now, I got to get off these props because I'm not really a prop guy. I just kind of try to see the game or whatever. But Pelicans are not really in good form right now. But there's one play in this game. Like I say, the trends tell us that we should be betting Nets first half, 10-0 against the spread, and even full game. Like they just played the Cavs and the Celtics really close as well. You see what I'm saying? So, but I think Ingram pushes for 30 points. Like they could get smacked by 10, 15 points, and I still think Ingram tries to put the team on his back. I think that's the best play in this game. If you like Nets first half, I can't talk you off. Like, fuck, they hadn't lost all season. See what I'm saying? It's 10-0 against the spread. So, but now you are laying points. They're not getting points. It's a little different
on
there.
the road.
So, yeah, on the road as well. So Pelicans, like, I'm not gonna lie, Fiddle, like, this is a beatable team for the Pelicans here. They're only 3-7 on the season. They're struggling mightily. 4 straight losses, 7 of the last 8, 1-7 against the spread. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked a little better versus the Nets today. I think the Nets been playing way over their head. I wonder what Ben Simmons rebounds assist at. That's what I
can look it up for you. I like Claxton's over rebounds at 9.5 minus 113 on FanDuel. I think that becomes a pretty sharp play. Who did you want PRA for?
No, rebounds and assists for Ben Simmons.
Okay, I got you in 1 second. It
Maybe
is
Ben
11.5 across the board. You get plus money at FanDuel, minus 115, DraftKings, minus 105, MGM, minus 130, Bet365.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I know for sure I like Ingram in this spot. I think this is a good spot for Ingram. And like I said, this is not a time for me to be trying to buck the trends and go against the easy plays. Easy plays would say Nets first half in full game. I can't do it. I'm not wired that way. I like to go against everybody, but I don't, like I say, I don't have an official play for this game, but I know Ingram over his points, that would be my best look in this game. What do you think about the over here, Fiddle? I feel like it's a little low. I know that the Pelicans don't have a ton of scores, but I think the Nets have been trying to run and gun a little bit. They have guys like Cam Thomas, he's a certified bucket, and he's also a certified bucket on the defensive end as well. Like
that's a great way to put it.
Like you're getting a certified bucket against him as well.
I
think the over is kind of low, bro.
It's very low. I think there's still some sharp projections that have it to even go under this number. So I don't want to fade some metrics that I rely upon, some people that I've spoken to who are still playing the under at 211.5. So no thanks for me.
I think the Pelicans, one of their main problems is they hadn't really been able to get stops.
Yeah,
I actually sneakily leaned over to 11 here. It's a low ass total for this is like a 195 in the old days or something. You see what I'm saying? Like back in like 2010 or 2014 or some shit like that. This is a low total for today's NBA. Cam Thomas possibly go. I wouldn't talk you off Cam Thomas points either. To be honest,
I think if you like the over, Jay, then looking at player prop overs individually is probably pretty strong, right? Because they're going to be price reflective of the game total too.
Ingram, 23.5. If you can get that, I'm not telling people what to do, and it's not an official play. I would bet Ingram to get 25 points tonight, and I would possibly even ladder a little sprinkle to get 30. That's just he's putting the team on his back. That's their only chance to win. Let's go over here to Chicago, man. The fucking Cavs, Fiddle. What are we doing, bro? Like, you talk about the easy plays. It's just been take the Cavs and go to sleep, bro, and they cashing at a high rate. Smack City everywhere. You see what I'm saying? When does it? I'm not catching a foul knife. I'm not jumping in front of them. I don't think the Bulls play enough defense to even, you know what I'm saying? The Cavs can do whatever they want. Do we want to lay 8 with them here? They're 11-0 straight up, 9-2 against the spread. No real look. I mean, they have Philly on deck, but just no real look here. Can the Bulls even try to step in front of them, Fiddle, like even a little bit?
So, Jay, one thing that I've noticed is that there's a lot of late action coming into the market on home underdogs at pretty big numbers. So at Bulls plus 8.5, I wouldn't be surprised to see this take some late action and close at the 7.5s. So I definitely don't want to take the Cavaliers. Buying into a large road favorite right now is a difficult spot. I think the over is absolutely still playable at 237. Bulls are the fastest paced team in the league. They are just run, and gun. It is the biggest change moving from DeRozan to Josh Giddey. You get slow churn, half court offense. Let me ISO and set you up, pump fake you and try and get to the line versus swing passes, look aheads and all that stuff. So the Bulls are playing super fast and we've seen all of their totals like start to close at like 238. There was a 241.5 in their last game against the Atlanta Hawks. Cavaliers just been so incredibly efficient on offense that despite the high number, 237, I still think this is the over spot.
Okay. I couldn't talk you off. They talking about some Diddy shit in the chat. My guys say Cavs You want to play fast with the Cavs. Giddy assists has definitely been cashing at a high rate. My guy likes Donovan Mitchell over 5.5 first quarter points there. Brandon Ingram over 2.5 threes. Can't talk y'all. Mobley's been a monster. Mobley's been, I'm not fucking with the Bulls right now, man. It was a great spot versus Atlanta on what was that, Saturday, but this team just doesn't really play a lot of defense, man. The Hawks were in a horrible spot. They did whatever they wanted to versus the Bulls, man. That team defense really is bad. Like it's bad. And it's tough because they have great defenders over there. Patrick Williams is not a bad defender as well. Vucevic, obviously, he's a certified bucket on the other end of the floor. Like you can get whatever you want versus him. But Patrick Williams, not a bad defender. Kobe White, not a bad. Now Giddy, you get whatever you want versus him. The Sumnu coming off the bench, Jalen Smith. They have great defenders. They just don't care, bro. The Bulls will start to tank. Like I hate to put that long projection on them, but we saw the Nets were supposed to be tanking as well. But the Bulls, man, I can't buck the Cavs with the Bulls. But I can say when they do have their first loss, it's gonna be when we least expect it. That's one thing I can say for sure. Somebody in chat say they've been teetering on loss. They damn near lost to the Brooklyn Nets. They were down for I think like 3.5 quarters versus the Nets. Nets were on their ass, man. No, they were up by 6 at the end of the first quarter, only led by 2 at the end of the first half. Nets outscored them 27-13 in the third quarter. And then they were able to outscore them 35-18 to win that game. I can't step in front of them with the Bulls, but this could be a take the books, take everybody's money type of spot here. No one's betting the Bulls today, I can tell you that. Let's go over here to OKC. Chet's out. Thunder land 7 versus the Clippers. I'm not fucking with the Clippers here. Maybe look at Zubac props hitting this one. It's a great matchup. The Thunder don't have any bigs without. They got one Osman Dieng or something like that. No Hardenstein, no Chet. What do we do here, Fiddle? How do we attack this?
No big Jalen Williams either.
Man, he ain't no fucking center anyway. He like a glorified power forward or something, man.
I think it's definitely cluster injuries on OKC side that makes you have to think it's Clippers or nothing. I got this line at Clippers plus 9.5 with it now down to 7. I'm starting to look, do I play it the other direction and open up a Fiddle middle? I would not touch the game at 6.5 or 7 right now. And Jay, I think based on the 2 shows that we've done so far.
Clippers getting smacked in.
Clippers minus 340 on the money line, flat out loser. Clippers, I think you had the Clippers first quarter. And then they have a roaring comeback in the fourth quarter after getting blown out in the first. So I think me and you are banned from all Clippers recommendations.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even that. Following the patterns, when me and you do a show, the Clippers are going to come out ass. It's that simple. In some type of way, the Clippers are going to fuck this game up. And you look at it, this line was at 10.5 as well. You know how they always have the look ahead line. Then it started to go down to 8.5 when they realized, all right, Chet's fucked up. He's out for a while. Now it's down to 6.5, 7. Now you're kind of getting a bargain on the Thunder. Remember, this is still now. It's 2 things of it, Fiddle. The Thunder were one of the best teams in NBA defensively. Chet was a large part of that. We have to be honest, but even the perimeter defenders have been locking down. Jalen Williams, SGA, Lou Dort is one of the best defenders in the league as well. So Caruso as well. So we don't know what they're going to do as far as like the depth and the paint protection, but still on the perimeter, these guys they look like the old school Virginia defense. Like their pack line defense is really hard to get to the paint versus these guys. They got smacked up versus the Warriors yesterday as well. This could be a bounce back spot for the Thunder here. I don't want any parts of the Clippers here. See what I'm saying? This line has come down so far where there's value on the Thunder. They're pissed off. They can guard these guys on the perimeter. I think the Thunder can mess around and still cover the spread, to be honest with you. They've owned the Clippers. We know SGA. All right, y'all want to trade me? All right. I got something for you. I'm going to show you why it was a horrible trade. And you don't even have Paul George anymore. It was a horrible trade. So they're 7-3 straight up and in against the spread in their last 10 versus the Clippers. SGA has fucking owned them, and I think he continues to do so here again as well. Clippers, they do have a little bit of rest advantage here, but they've won 4 straight. I'm not buying it. I'd lean towards the Thunder in this particular spot, to be perfectly honest with you, man. So any other thoughts on this game, Fiddle? That's it for me. But yeah, I would look at you like the Clippers in any type of capacity. You want to look at Zubac possibly rebounds or points and rebounds or something like that. To just try to take advantage of Chet not being out there. But perimeter-wise, I do think that the Thunder can still lock these guys up, man. That's my only thoughts on the game, Fiddle. Any thoughts on here?
No, I think that's bang on. I think
That's
you're
it,
correct.
man.
I think at this point, it's despite the Thunder being on a back-to-back, it's a pretty cheap price for a home Thunder.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. My guy liking the overs. People liking the overs. Zubac rebounds, 77 figures likes SGA MVP. Real quick, Fiddle, who do you think wins MVP this year so far?
You see Jokic's numbers last night?
I don't give a fuck. They were crazy, though. Mavs still covered the spread, but they were crazy. What did he go for? 35, 18, and 17? Bro, he's not getting 3 straight MVP. Hold on.
He took a year off last year. Didn't he take a year off last year?
Bro, he has 3 MVP. No,
he has 3 in the last 4 years.
No, bro. You can't give him MVP again. I'm sorry. You can't do it. Unless they have the best record in the NBA, you can't give him MVP. I'm sorry.
He's just so clearly the best player in the league.
But what happened to the best player on the best team?
Yeah, I think right now he's floating a very injured team and doing incredible things and playing a ton of minutes. If the season ended right now, I think it's still Jokic.
Let me be clear. He can be the best player in the league, but I don't think he deserves it. Did Kobe win MVP every single year? No. Did Jordan win MVP?
Wait. Kobe, best player in the league for a lot of years?
What I'm saying is, so LeBron.
Agree to disagree, my friend.
Listen. There was a point in time where LeBron, bro, he had this 6-7 year stretch.
Yeah.
He had a 6-7 year stretch. Like, bro, he could have won MVP every single year. I guess there's a voters for you can't give it to the same person every year, bro. I'm sorry. Spread the fucking love. Right now, Tatum's leading the league in points, right? If the Celtics finish with a top 3 record in the league and Tatum keeps this up, I'm sorry. He might just deserve it this time. Let someone new get it. I'd rather see SGA get it.
SGA's got a nice opportunity here with Chet going to be missing 12 weeks. Like, if he helps keep the Thunder as a number 1 seed, he should probably slide into the top spot. Tatum, I would like Tatum to win it personally. That would be a nice bring that trophy and award back to an American-born player.
That's a fact. That's what I'm looking for. I said it was going to happen last year. I'm with that. You said it right there, Fiddle. All right, let's get up out of here, man. Spurs +1. Heavy lean to Brent Ingram over the 23.5, 20 to get 25. Heavy lean there. And then that's about it. Like I said, couldn't talk you off. Nets are 10-0 against the spread in the first half. I can't talk you off if you want to just ride into the wheels, literally like crack wide open. You see what I'm saying? They're also 8-2 against the spread straight up. Can't talk you off that. The Wizards are ass. Can't talk you off fading them. And obviously the Cavs are smoking everybody right now. But for me, I am going with the Spurs +1. Heavy lean to Brandon Ingram over his 23.5 points. Fiddle, anything for you, my brother? What do you like?
Spurs Kings under 221.5 would be the strongest position. Cavaliers Bulls over 237, still worth playing in a small position.
Also, heavy lean to Kings team total under and their fourth quarter team total under. This is something I'm starting to track. These teams that are in the horrible rest spots, been playing a ton of games in a ton of days. We expect them to run out of gas. Where will they come? Most of the time in that fourth quarter. They're obviously coming off a game in overtime versus Phoenix. Huge emotional interdivisional win as well. Starters having to play a ton of minutes. They can't really rely on their bench. Starting 5 is better than the Spurs starting 5, but we do expect these guys to possibly run out of gas. 7th game in 11 days, 4th game in 6 nights, traveling all over the place. I think this is be a spot where the Kings finally run out of gas and possibly miss Malik Monk here. Spurs +1, money line, whatever you want to do. I like Ingram over his points as well, guys. That's the show. Shout out to Fiddle for coming on the show, man. It's all love. I appreciate him for coming on every single time. See what I'm saying? This is what we do. We try to get some cash. Whenever Fiddle comes on, the Clippers look like absolute ass. So you know what I'm saying? That's the pattern right now. Whenever me and Fiddle do this Monday show, the Clippers are ass in some type of capacity. Let's see if that continues today. And I would lean Thunder there as well. Let's get this cash today, man. Got to get on the streak. Got to go like literally 5-0 this week. Have to, man. Have to, my guys. It starts today. It starts today. I can feel it, my guys. It's all love. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's get this cash. It's Us Against the Bookies. Y'all have a great day out there, and let's stay positive, man. Let's keep it going. Let's get on the street. We out.